Welcome back to Good Morning Sports Fans, where we're counting down to the World Cup semi-finals. England are 2 wins away from being crowned world champions. So let's get back out to their camp on the Central Coast and join our reporter, Anton Tolui. Morning, Anton.
Hey, Alice, as you can see, joined by Lionesses legend Jill Scott. So we had hoped to catch up on the beach, maybe have an ice cream, but it's thrown it down outside. So we've come under the covers, have a nice catch up. Jill, how are you feeling? You know all what it's like to be in a big semi-final, but how does it feel, sort of, as a fan now, I suppose?
Yeah, I thought you were going to start that. Like, we were hoping to catch up with one of the players, but we're stuck with Jill. So yeah, no, I think as a fan, yeah, it's kind of been tough being the other side of it. I definitely get a little bit more nervous. Obviously, being with the parents, the fans, but the atmosphere has been fantastic, and yeah, I'm just enjoying every minute of being at this tournament.
This is England's 5th semi-final in a row in major competitions. You've obviously played a part in the last 4, so talk to me about where the players are at right now, headspace-wise, and how they're preparing.
Yeah, I think it feels a bit different, to be honest. I think the girls seem really focused. I think anything that's been thrown at them going into this tournament, when they've been in this tournament, they just seem so logical and not emotional, that they just seem to be overcoming every hurdle that comes their way. So yeah, you talk about previous tournaments. If you look at the World Cups, 2007, 2011, 2 quarter-finals, 2015, 2019, 2 semi-finals. So hopefully the next one in that pattern will be an England final.
Throw logical maths at me and I will enjoy that. I enjoy that very much. OK, so talk to me about what it's going to be like. What are you expecting? Stadium Australia, 80,000 fans, 79,000 are going to be cheering for one team in particular, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the girls know that. They know that the sound's going to be deafening at times. But I think drawing on previous experiences, 2015, playing against Canada, and the noise inside that stadium, obviously the tournament was in Canada, and I think the girls will use that noise as fuel. I really do. The game against Colombia, there was a lot of boos every time they got the ball, and I felt like the girls were just holding on to the ball, just playing around with it. And you know what? They'll enjoy it. There's no better feeling than being in a tournament and silencing the crowd with a good performance. So I think the girls are ready to do that.
Is that the kind of mentality you have to have going to enjoy being the spoiler, the bad guy?
Yeah, I think so. And you know what? Once you step over that white line, obviously the fans were incredible at the Euros 22, and they really were the ones that pushed the team all the way to the end. But I think there's also an element of being focused on your job once you step over that white line, and it's what the girls have done every day for their lives: training, tournaments, competitive matches. They thrive on these occasions, and I'm saying that all the time. I'm sat with the families and you can see they're a bit nervous, but I'm like, the girls are just going out there, playing on the biggest stage and enjoying playing football with the mates. And you know what, we have to touch on the staff that the England team have as well. I think the girls are the most prepared, and in Serena we all trust.
Players have been pretty open about the fact that they're saying, look, we haven't peaked yet. Yeah. Are they going to have to peak to beat Australia on Wednesday, do you think?
I wouldn't say they'd have to have a 100% perfect performance. I've enjoyed watching some of the football that England's been playing. I think against Denmark we're seeing bits of it, and then I think against Colombia some of the patterns of play at times were really good. The technical actions were very consistent, and yeah, I think if England can do that against Australia, I think if you look at the 2 teams on paper, England have the better players. I know there's a famous quote that the game's not played on paper, but I do think that England will definitely be favourites going into this game, and I think they can definitely win it.
We've been a bit harsh then. People have been a bit harsh on this England team because they are winning during a very tough competition.
Yeah, playing in tournaments, there's a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure. As I say, I think they're coping really well with it. But some of these girls are very young. They don't have a lot of previous tournament experience. So yeah, I think for us to expect them to go out there and have these perfect performances and kind of win 3-4-0 every single time, I think them games where there have been 1-0, sometimes that's just what you need to get over the line. And in previous tournaments, them games have resulted in draws. So yeah, I think sometimes we always want perfection, don't we? But I think the girls have been incredible. They're doing a good job, and they've just got to stay logic and just keep doing what they're doing.
Confident?
Yes, 100%.
Love that. Look, you might be able to see on Jill's wrist, it says England and home. Is that a message that it is coming home, Jill?
Not that England is my home, but yeah, it's coming home twice. I believe in this team 100%.
There you go. Jill Scott, very confident. Thank you for talking to us. I know you've got to go and present Lionesses Down Under in a moment as well, so thank you for joining us today. Jill is confident, therefore I'm slightly more confident going into Wednesday's absolute barnstormer of a semi-final against Australia.
Okay, Anton, we believe you. It's coming home.